Hello and welcome to the virtual Cauliflower Show. My name's Martin Fish.
And I'm Jill Fish.
And one of the things that we really love about the Cauliflower Show is working in the garden theatre. And for me, one of the highlights is doing this joint talk, which we call Gardening on the Menu. And during it, I get to taste lots of food, and so do the crew back at the stage there. But essentially, I'm going to talk a little bit about growing a range of different vegetables in your garden to get that lovely seasonal flavour.
And I'm going to be cooking with some of them. We've got loads of mange tout in the garden at the moment, so that's going to be the star of this recipe. But I need to start cooking so that we've got it on the way. All I'm going to do to start with is just, I've heated some oil up, and I've just got some ginger, fresh root ginger, which I've cut into matchsticks, and some garlic, which I've sliced, and a few chili flakes. So I'm just going to pop those in the pan and just let those cook in the hot oil just to release all their lovely flavours.
And mange tout is a really easy vegetable to grow in the garden. It's one of the legumes, it's a member of the pea and bean family. And mange tout are basically just the flat pods. It's varieties of peas that have got really sweet pods. If you leave them, they will produce a pea in it, but it's the pods that we eat whole, either raw or cooked. And you can also get what we call sugar snaps. They do produce a pea, but again, you eat the whole pod. Really easy to grow. Too late really to grow them at this time of the year, so you need to be thinking ahead to 2021 and be sowing them in March, April, even May. You could sow into June because they grow quite quickly. And you pick them at that stage and they are absolutely delicious.
Right, they're sizzling away. Can you smell those lovely flavours?
It
gorgeous.
is, yes.
I didn't actually say what we were making. We're using mange tout, but this is just a really quick prawn and mange tout stir fry. So here are the magical prawns. There's some king prawns, they're raw, and all I'm going to do is add those into the pan, and they're magical because they change from this horrible sort of grey colour into a lovely rosy pink. So I'm going to pop those in the pan and we'll see them change colour, and just stir them round in the oil and let them mix up with the garlic and the ginger and the chili flakes. And you can see them there, they're just starting to turn pink. Keep turning them. It's important with a stir fry that you keep things moving. There, can you see those lovely colours?
They go really quickly, don't
coming
they?
Out.
We don't always cook in the garden, by the way. We have got a kitchen, but we just thought because it's the flower show, we would come out into the garden, and it's a lovely dry day for us. So we just put all these lovely smells around the garden, so the neighbours wonder what we're having for lunch today. So that's looking delicious, isn't it? That is, absolutely.
Just wait till they've completely turned pink, and then what we're going to do then is to just put them into a warm dish and keep those warm. Ideally, if you've got an oven with you, then you could just pop them in the oven just to keep them warm. You don't want to cook them too much though, otherwise they start to get a bit tough.
So once they've gone pink, that is it. They've cooked enough through to the centre. That's the telltale sign.
It is, yeah. But you want a really lovely pink all over. So just another few seconds more.
On the peas, if you have got some pea seed that you want to do something with, then what you could do is get some biggish plant pots, fill them with compost, sow the pea seed in it. They won't have enough growing time for the rest of the summer to actually get the pods, or you may just do, but what you will get are lovely pea shoots. And what you can do with those is chop them off when they're about 3-4 inches tall, and they again are really good in stir fries, or you can put them in salads. So you will still get a crop if you do it that way, so it just makes it feel that you are actually growing something in the garden. Wow, that is smelling delicious, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
It is.
There's more. Oops, oh no,
I'll have that one later. I'll have that one later.
It jumped out of the pan. Right, I'm going to just pop those into my pan and just keep those warm. You've got some lovely juices in there, so pop that in as well. And then I'm just going to cover those up, keep them warm, and then into my pan. Now it's time for the vegetables, so I'm just going to put a splash of water in there and just heat that through.
Still got those lovely juices in there.
Still got the juices, and then into the pan go the vegetables. So we've got the mange tout are the star of the show, so we've got lots of lovely mange tout. We've got the baby ones here, which are lovely, really nice and tender. If they've got a little bit bigger, then all you need to do is just cut them in half. And then I've also added in whatever you've got that's lovely and fresh in the veg plot. So I've got some baby courgettes, so I've just sliced those up into little matchstick sizes. And I've also got the first of the French beans. So I've picked some of those, and the tiny ones like that don't need anything doing to them. If you've got some that are a bit bigger, then just slice those in half lengthways into the pan and let those just sizzle away. Just
Now,
stir them round in that bit of water.
French beans and courgettes are another pair of easy vegetables to grow. Courgettes can be grown in pots if you haven't got a garden, but if you've got the room in the garden, it's best to, because they can make fairly large plants, and this time of the year they are producing a lot of courgettes, and the secret with courgettes is to pick them little and often. If you don't, a courgette will soon turn into a marrow in a matter of a week. So the ideal size to pick a courgette is about that. They always say about 6 to 8 inches long is perfect for a courgette. It's when it's at its most tender. You can let them get bigger and you can still eat them, of course, but the more you pick, the more they will flower and the more fruits they will produce right the way through until September time. And then with French beans, again, different types. You can get the climbing French beans, but we tend to grow the dwarf French beans, and I grow some in the garden, but you can also grow them in pots. And again, too late for this season, but thinking ahead to next year, got one here in a pot. These were sown probably late April, early May time, and they're in flower now, and we're just starting to produce these lovely penciled pods on there, which again delicious in salads, or use them as a cooked vegetable, or as Jill's doing in a stir fry. So these are just in about a 12-inch pot with some multi-purpose compost. And what you can do, of course, if you stagger the sowing, so sow a pot end of April, sow another one middle of May, another one early July, you're going to have that succession of lovely French beans all the way through the summer. And they look quite nice on a patio as a decorative plant, but the bonus is, of course, you get those lovely pods. So certainly one to put on your list for next year. So how are we doing?
Yeah, no, they're doing fine. We don't want to cook them away. We just want to have a lovely crisp vegetable to bite into. So I think they're just about done. I did lose a bit of French bean down there as well.
Right, so we've lost a prawn and a French bean so far, haven't we? The dog will be happy later on.
Yeah. Okay, so I think they are about ready.
And just lovely, vibrant colours.
The colours in this dish are great, because you've got the juicy pink prawns and then the green of the vegetables, and the colour of the sauce as well. So the sauce is so simple. It's all I'm using is some sweet chilli sauce or chilli jam, whichever one you've got.
And you made this? This
is one that I made, yes.
Yeah, one you made earlier.
Yeah, it is. So really just a couple of tablespoonfuls. So that just goes in amongst the vegetables.
And if you want to know how to make chilli jam, if you're growing sweet peppers, chilli peppers and tomatoes, the recipe is in our book, but I'll tell you more about that in a minute or two's time when we've finished this.
And then I'm not used to this hob, so then just really the juice of a lime, half a lime. This recipe is so easily doubled up, or you could just make it for one just as easily in a slightly smaller frying pan. So that's stirring around nicely. And then a bit of coriander as well goes in there, just to add in a little bit.
I just wish you could smell this. If we could get smelly vision down this camera lens, it would be delicious. I'm drooling.
And then the prawns can go back in now, along with all those lovely juices that we had from the cooking. So add those in, all the extra little bits of garlic and ginger. Stir that through.
So it's literally 5 or 6 minutes, isn't it?
That's all it is, yeah.
From scratch,
yeah.
Which is...
Just leave that to pick up all those flavours, because you want the prawns to soak in all that chilli and lime. And then this is a bit of a cheat now. You can make your own egg fried rice, but I always use those sachets, the ones that you just pop in the microwave for a couple of minutes. So I use those because they're really quick and easy with a dish like this. So pop some of that.
I thought you'd been down to the takeaway.
I know.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. Fork it through, and then just pop some of that on your plate so that you are ready. This is quite a big portion, this one, for very hungry lunchtime. And
it won't go to waste.
We can turn that off, and then you just simply spoon on this lovely mixture of the prawns and the vegetables.
So you eat it straight away, you cook it, eat it. It's got all fresh homegrown produce in there, all things that are very easy to grow, of course. So it's definitely one that's worth doing. That is, isn't it? That looks delicious.
If you want an extra little garnish, then to add a bit of extra crunch, then just a few dry toasted cashew nuts on the top there as well. You could put some more fresh coriander on, but that's it.
Delicious, right? Yeah, that is amazing, isn't it? So that is your prawn salad with mange two.
Stir fry.
Stir fry,
Prawn
sorry.
Stir fry with mange
so
two.
if you don't like prawns, could you put chicken in that?
Yes,
You could do it with the chicken,
yeah,
the chili sauce.
chicken. Yes, no, that would be very
that would
good.
work well,
yeah.
wouldn't it? Okay, so good. But we've got something else, haven't we, that we want
have
to show?
another quick dish, and this is no cooking at all. It's a mange two salad with a few extra bits in. So I'll just get these. We've just got a dish with some salad leaves in. Whatever you've got. Are you going to do this?
I could do this because
okay.
I can multitask. I don't just talk about the vegetables. I can cook them and eat them as well.
So in the bowl, we've just got, again, you can use whatever's ready in the veg plot. I've got mange two, especially in there. So again, the baby ones are lovely. If they are a little bit bigger, then it's worth just blanching them for 30 seconds. That's all they need. And then just putting them in cold water and drying them off. Mix those into the bowl. There's a few cherry tomatoes that were ready as well. You could put some baby courgettes in there, just chop those up nicely. And then all we're going to do is...
Did you mention the broad beans?
Oh, broad beans as well,
in
yes.
there.
Double podded though, you must double pod your
and
broad
we
beans.
grow a dwarf variety in the garden called Robin Hood, which only grows to about 18 inches tall, and it's just full of pods. They're absolutely delicious. And it's another one that if you want to, you could grow in a large container if you've not got a garden or very little garden, grow them on a patio. So another one that's easy to grow. So
I've just added this balsamic vinegar dressing goes really nicely.
Is this what you do? This is what the chefs do.
Yeah, well done. You can make your own, but if you're doing it very quickly, then just keep a bottle of that in the fridge. It's a really useful one to have with these flavours of vegetables. And then all I'm adding in is some cubes of feta cheese and some streaky bacon, some smoky bacon that I have just fried until it's nice and crispy.
So
Chop that up. Add it all in. Let the salad dressing go onto those.
And then just mix that together.
Mix that in. That's all you need to do. And then you're just going to arrange that artistically on the salad leaves.
Of course, this is the artistic bit here. Just put them on there. So that is delicious, isn't it? Absolutely. I don't know which one to eat first.
No, well, it's one's yours and one's mine.
Oh, is that it? Okay, can we have half each?
Yeah, we
Can
could. Okay, we could start with that and then finish with the prawns.
So where are these recipes available, Mrs. Fish?
These recipes are on our website at the moment, so that's www.martinfish, and then it's in the kitchen, so you'll find these and loads of other recipes as well.
So take a look at those, and should you be interested in making chili jam, or you want to know a bit more about growing vegetables in the garden, or find out some of Jill's recipes, our book Gardening on the Menu is also on the website. There's over 100 recipes and quick cook tips and 25 different fruit and veg in there, so please have a look at that if you want to. But we've got to stop now because, believe it or not, it's lunchtime. So enjoy the rest of the virtual Chorley Flower Show, and we hope to see you there in 2021. Thank you. Bye.